Man of Tomorrow, you guys, it's the day after of the announcement of James Gunn's sequel to Superman, and I am still hyped. I am so pumped. But before we get into the details and potential plot for the story, let's talk about 2027, a juggernaut of a year that it's going to be with big, multiple releases. So we have Avengers Secret Wars, right? Like it couldn't get any bigger. Then you throw in The Batman Part 2, along with The Man of Tomorrow, along with Beyond the Spider-Verse, The Hunt for a Golem, which I cannot wait for, the live-action version of Zelda, which I am so excited but nervous about. Then we have Godzilla X Kong Supernova. It doesn't stop there, you guys. We have Sonic 4, Shrek 5, A Quiet Place 3, Frozen 3, Star Wars Starfighter, and close it out, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem 2. That is insanity. It is going to be a giant, one of the biggest years of all time is headed our way in 2027, and I'm super stoked about it. Now, you guys, I did pick up this comic today because I wanted to dive deep and learn a little bit more about Brainiac. Jeff Johns running Brainiac. I cannot wait to dive into this, you guys. Super excited about it. Brainiac is rumored to appear in Man of Tomorrow to be the next big bad villain for the Superman sequel. Now, Nexus Point has dropped some tea. They've been reporting on this announcement since James Gunn has dropped it. So, Man of Tomorrow is eyeing a summer of 2026 production start date. So around the same time of the Batman Part 2 to hit that July release date of 2027, which is plenty of time. James Gunn is cooking. He's a fast-paced writer and director. And like I said, they just shot Superman damn near like half a year ago. And they did some pickups earlier this year, so they have all these amazing, beautifully well-made sets they want to continue to use. So, it's rumored that Supergirl, Lobo, and Peacemaker will join Lex Luthor and Superman on the ensemble. Supergirl, Lobo is already big enough. Now, we're going to get our first introduction to Lobo in the DCU in Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow, which releases next year. I'm super excited to see how Jason Momoa is going to be portraying this character. I know this is a massive, lifelong dream of his, of always to play Lobo. I cannot wait to see, Jason Momoa in full-blown costume. He doesn't have to be in superhero shape no more. He can have the beer belly. He doesn't have to look like Aquaman anymore. Because if you look at him as Aquaman, in the Zack Snyder cut, this dude was shredded. It was incredible. He was so shredded. Incredibly nice guy. I met him multiple times. He used to always come to my job. But Lobo, Supergirl, appearing in Man of Tomorrow along with Peacemaker. Now, that's the interesting thing. Now, James Gunn did tease that there are some big things headed our way with Peacemaker Season 2. Actually, he did tweet out today that he was like, watch Peacemaker, the prequel to Man of Steel. I was like, oh, James, you are so smart. I love the marketing strategy. But wherever Peacemaker Season 2 ends off with the character is going to be interesting. Now, for Peacemaker, a roughly an R-rated character to join a PG-13 film is going to be interesting because tonally you're going to have to shift Peacemaker way down. Kind of like what Marvel Studios is going to be doing for Deadpool when he crosses over into Avengers Doomsday and Secret Wars. He's an R-rated character. So Peacemaker cannot be dropping F-bombs, doing a whole bunch of coke and all this wild stuff, in the Man of Tomorrow. That would be absolutely insanity. But I would love to see, John Cena return as Peacemaker. I can't wait for, episode 3 later tonight. Super stoked about that. But to have Lobo, Supergirl, and Peacemaker all appear in this would be a big, massive get. And we don't know what the repercussions are going to happen at the end of Supergirl. No idea what's going to happen. But I am super excited to see Millie Alcock portray this character in the DCU. Now, this one's interesting. Man of Steel will feature Superman as Lex as co-leads. So this is just as this is a Superman movie just as much as it is as a Lex Luthor movie. Although the film will continue the rivalry and feature Lex as the antagonist, rumors suggest that they will also join forces as well. Some people are even, talking about a potential Brainiac appearance for this film. Now, I'm not too big on the character of Brainiac, but in the Superman animated series, which I thought was really interesting, really interesting for them to potentially go this route. So in the Superman animated series, Brainiac was a center computer of Krypton that refused to warn the Kryptonians of their impending demise and destruction. So if you have Brainiac from Krypton and have Supergirl, Kara, right, kind of know of Brainiac and how powerful this computer could be, and she gets wind of the truth of how Krypton was destroyed, would be interesting. I hope Brainiac shows up in Supergirl, and I hope he shows up and his presence is absolutely terrifying, where she is so scared that she goes to her cousin Clark asking him for help or warning him what's to come. Because I feel like if you're going to do Brainiac, it has to be on a mega level scale. And to have Clark and, I keep saying Clark, and have Superman and Lex team up is a pretty big, moment in the film. The fact that, Lex hates him so much, but he understands what's at stake and he's willing to team up with somebody he hates so much for the better of mankind. That would be interesting. And of course, you guys, Lex is most likely going to be wearing his war suit, the Lexo suit, the green and purple, armor, which I cannot wait for. I mean, Nicholas Hoult is going to deliver an amazing performance in The Man of Tomorrow. I am super stoked, especially to see him in full-blown action, not using Bizarro, the clone of Superman. Because I always thought that was unique, but I want to see Lex really get his hands dirty. I want to see him in the full-blown, Lexo corporate, armor and just absolutely go abysmal in Man of Tomorrow. I mean, to see them fighting side by side, that would be a massive sight to see, and that would be completely awesome. But these are some of the updates and, brief rumor reports that the Nexus report is currently reporting on for the Man of Tomorrow. Like I said, I don't know how truthful these, particular reports are, but, it has a lot of people talking. James Gunn is a huge comic book fan, so expect a lot more comic book shit in the sequel to Superman. And also, we could get more appearances from different characters. Like I said, Lanterns is a big one that's, that comes out before a Man of Tomorrow. I would love to see a Jon Stewart. I would love to see a Martian Manhunter. Come on, give us more. I want more. But, apparently Isabella Merced is going to be returning. She said, on the post, see you soon. I was like, okay, so Hot Girl is going to be appearing in this. Guy Gardner, who knows what the fate of Guy Gardner is going to be in the Lantern series. Maybe he could get killed off. I know the Lantern series is a little bit more darker and grittier, but that's a strong possibility as well. But I'm hoping they introduce more characters. I would love to see Mr. Terrific again. Trust me, I want him to get his own solo show, his own solo movie, but introduce more characters in the sequel to, Superman. That's the route to go, and a lot of fans want to see many more heroes show up in this DC universe. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below about the year of 2027 and the Juggernaut films that are releasing. Let me know what you guys think about the next reports on Man of Tomorrow. And of course, thank you guys for taking time out of your day for watching Zero Productions. Peace.